Hello and welcome. I am the Suit&Tie Dip&ChewGuy, and this is the number 8 and final review of series number 15. Series number 15 is Fruit, minus the peach. That has its own playlist that was done about 4 months ago. So as you just saw, this will be the final fruit blend flavor from Skoal, and it will be the cherry. So let's take a look at the packaging. So you got the fairly nice Skoal metal lid on a sturdy, guaranteed fresh stamped U.S. smokeless tobacco can. You have a cherry red background color. The rim is raised and boxed, so is this half circle and the silver border of the letters of the word Skoal. There's also a slight raise in between the upper and the warning label. This is a blend, so in between the inner circle and the outer box rim on the upper, there's a gunmetal gray going around. Sometimes it looks as though it's black. It sort of depends what the light you got on it. Going around to the side, we got barcode and manufacturer's information, which I will get back to. The cut, which is long, Skoal branding, and the fact that this is cherry tobacco blend. You got the scrunched U.S. smokeless tobacco warning label with their general information up top. Underage sale is prohibited. Sale is only allowed in the United States. The fact that this is smokeless tobacco and that it is 100% American grown. And then you have small branding, the cut again, which is long, and the flavor, which is cherry tobacco blend. And then back around to the barcode and manufacturer's information. So this is a product of the U.S. Smokeless Tobacco Company of Nashville, Tennessee. The makers of Skoal, of Copenhagen, Red Seal, and Husky. Formerly they made Rooster, and they still make a number of dry snuffs, but I do not have that information in front of me at this time. I have not had this product recently. It comes in a 1.2 ounce net weight can, standard dip can, and it is tax class M. The website is skoal.com. They always have coupon offers, and they're fairly easy to use the website once you sign up. So I'm going to cut into this because, as I said in the last video, the last time I bought Skoal cherry, I bought it with a can of Skoal straight ready cut. So due to the job I was working on at the time, I'm pretty sure it was 2014. So 5 years ago, basically. And I'm still having problems with these bands, or my thumbnail, whichever. So I'm hopeful that this goes a little better. Okay. It smells good. It's a very dark, somewhat rich cherry smell with a tobacco backing. Or if you would rather, it is obviously a dark cherry that is been put on tobacco. So in the can, you know, it's looking like it's leaning dry again, and it probably is. It's probably a little bit better once I reach in to, you know, underneath it. But this is a Skoal product, and that, you know, that is what you get with the Skoal product. They tend to be on the dry side. No matter how far out you have them dated, which is a good point, because I just skipped over that, because why bother, right? The sell-by date for this, actually this one's farther out than the rest of them were. The sell-by date, which is in when you write the laser print on the back, it's the upper one. is sell by September 1st, 2019. So it looks a little dry in the can. That's what the cut's looking like. Again, in the can now, I don't know, maybe I got that. No, it looks like they've gotten tobacco stuck in the seal of the can again. And you know what? That's been a running theme with these. I haven't brought too much attention to it in the last couple of reviews, but out of 4 Skoal products, at least 2 of them had tobacco stuck, and it might have been 3 out of 4. So in the can, this is looking a little bit more consistently cut than the last couple reviews. There is definitely a reddish brown hue that is not showing on the camera here, but in person it's obvious. So I am going to take a pinch, and then I will have to hit the pause button. That's more than I wanted, but I'll be back in a moment. And I am back. Flavor-wise, this works for me. Unfortunately, there is one major drawback to this product, and that is that on the limited numbers that are available, which are getting a little bit old now, but I think they were refreshed for 2012, on those numbers, this is the 3rd lowest nicotine product, or the 3rd lowest amount of nicotine for a product is the Skoal Cherry. The 2 in front of it, the lowest is Hawken, but technically Hawken is fine cut chewing tobacco. It's got chewing tobacco levels of nicotine. All right. And the other one, the 2nd lowest, is Cooper from Swisher, the one-off brand name that only comes in wintergreen. I highly suggest, if you're sitting there right now going, Cooper, I've never heard of Cooper, I wonder if the Northerner has it, skip it. Just skip it. Don't, just forget the name. Okay? It's only important in the rate of how low nicotine products are. That's it. It's not a viable product. You don't want to try it. It's bad. Okay? So, but it is the 2nd. And then Skoal Cherry. Flavor-wise, it's good. I like it. I like the peach more. That's in the peach playlist. But this is a close number 2. This is one that I liked back in the day, sort of like I like the berry and the citrus, but I still like this now. The nicotine's low, though. I mean, it's really... It'll hold you to your regular everyday dip. You know, it'll hold you for a little while. It's nice as a change, but I wouldn't want to get stuck with this somewhere. Like this be my only choice. The product is good in the can. It's Skoal. It's U.S. smokeless tobacco. I mean, it's their blend series, which is sort of like Skoal's 2nd tier. But I mean, it's still a quality product. It leans a little bit dry and it has low nicotine. That's the drawbacks. I like the flavor. I do like the peach more, but in general, I favor peach flavor-wise over cherry. So, I mean, it's not really a comment on the product. It's just I prefer peach. I like peaches more than I like cherries, basically. The product's a little bit drier in the can, but the cut is good. It's a little inconsistent to the eye, but it reacts well. It pinches well. When in the lip, moving it around, it gave resistance because it was clinging on itself. There were no floaters. So, yeah, it's not quite as consistent as a Skoal Classic product, but it acts the same, pinching and in the mouth. It's staying firm. It's not spreading out. No complaint there. All right. Packaging, no complaint at all. I mean, people complain about like the graphics on Skoal cans. Like a lot of people didn't like the honeycomb cans. It's a metal lid. It's sturdy on a sturdy, pliable plastic can. There's no complaint with the packaging. Okay, it's not god awful to the eye. You're not staring at a sticker. All right. So really, at the end of the day, then the drawbacks to this are low nicotine, which could be a problem. I mean, you don't want to get stuck with it. If your everyday is Kodiak Wintergreen, yeah, you may find this flavor, a nice change and, something different. Great. But keep the Kodiak can close by, because if you get stuck somewhere with this, like on a mountain or something, you're going to be a very agitated person in like an hour or two. I am running a little dry tonight, but usually this stuff juices up fairly well with me. Flavor is a sort of like a dark cherry. A cherry that's been mixed with dark tobacco. That's the flavor. There's nothing shady about the product. What a difference between this and the Silver Creek cherry. I cannot even begin to explain the relief of opening up a cherry product and finding what's in this can. Because that Silver Creek was ridiculously bad. It was one of the, I'm not saying it was Redwood snuff, but it was leaning that way. So, good flavor if you like cherry. I mean, if you don't like cherries, then don't buy the cherry dip, obviously. Quality packaging, good cut, but low nicotine, and the product does lean dry. Now, it depends what you normally dip. See, my everyday is Stoker, so I notice when a product leans dry, obviously. If you dip Copenhagen, you're going to probably notice. Grizzly, maybe not so much. But again, the most important part about this is, and the major drawback in my mind, is that it is low nicotine. It's pretty darn low. I'm not saying it's at chew levels, but it wouldn't take too much lower to get there. All right, so if you see it and you want to switch things up, just keep your regular dip close at hand. But yeah, this changes things up, and to me, it's pleasant. I'll keep this in probably through the upload and maybe after. So this has been the review of Skoal Long Cut Cherry Tobacco Blend. Quality product and quality packaging. Like the flavor, nicotine's a bit low. This has been the final review of this series. I will be back tomorrow night with a short, I'm shooting for a short closing video, and I will be doing a dry snuff review because I need to get that moving along. And then after that, I may do a chew review, or I may go into the Unlucky 13th series because it's only 3 products long. But what I'm looking for dry snuff tomorrow night is Tokyo USA's Wild Berry. I am the Suit&Tie Dip&ChewGuy. I, as of this filming, have not got any notifications. I've had some people come in, but I did not get any notifications. And I'm starting to get confused, to tell you the truth, about people in comment sections. There's people I'm seeing that at first I'm thinking, wait a minute, these guys are new. And then I'm thinking, wait a minute, no, I think I had these guys written down somewhere. I must have called them out. So if you are new and you want me to call your name out, say something in the comments like new. Okay, because it's not as clear cut as it used to be for me. Do check out Berg's Dip Reviews, 30 Pat Walsh, Wayside Lee 83, Real Talk Studios, Snuff Strings, No Bluff Buff, and snoozefreak.com, the channel here on YouTube. I do hope you all are well. Do take care of yourselves, and God bless.